Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
There's just a lot that's been affected by it and pretty much slowed me down for the next year probably till I'll be fully caught back up. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but it stacks up quick when you can't make a payment for a whole month on anything.
Former employees of Rustic Design are livid. They're saying they were never paid for the work that they did. And one former employee says they are out over $5,000. That's why they called us on our whistleblower hotline. Tonight, Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer takes a look at what these former employees want you to know.
It's one thing to be stuck between a rock and a hard place like he was, but you don't take other people down with you in that situation. I mean, I know he had money coming in because we did probably 4 or 5 jobs between when I was supposed to get paid.
Avery Kramer moved to Fargo not long ago. He was looking for a new job and thought an open position at Rustic Design would be the perfect fit. But after working there for about a month and never seeing a paycheck, he says he was pretty upset.
He goes, "Oh, I can't pay you till we get paid from this job we're working on." And I'm like, "We just did another job, pay me out of that. Like, it's not that much money, you should be able to pay me." And he just had another excuse after another.
Brian Hofs is the owner of Rustic Design. He tells us the company was ran bankrupt when the labor got higher than the earnings. But he says he informed all employees before they started working that he was struggling and payments would be touch and go. Another former employee who wishes to remain anonymous says she knew he was going through a difficult time, but still thought she would have been paid by now.
When it was time for him to pay me, he said, "I haven't gotten my check from this particular job. As soon as I get the money from this job, I'll pay you." And I was fine with that because it was a kind of a part-time job. And then I did get $500 towards what he owed me. But then I kept asking, "Okay, am I going to get paid? Am I going to get paid?" And I didn't get anything else.
This woman claims she is owed around $6,000. But now these 2 former employees are saying they've heard very little from the owner. And if things continue this way, they say they plan on filing a lawsuit. In West Fargo, Melanie Palmer, Valley News Live.
Hope says they haven't officially filed for bankruptcy. He's hoping to crawl out of debt himself. He has since worked on cutting costs and is now the only active worker with the business. And he recently closed the shop we just showed you in that video. He says he still owes people money, but is working on payment plans to give them all their money back. And as mentioned, this story came to us through our whistleblower hotline. So if you need help with a serious issue in your community, call us on our hotline. We'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. Call 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will then get on the case and go to work to expose the truth. 2 adults and 1 child are dead after being trapped inside a house that caught fire in northern Minnesota. It happened shortly after 1:30 this morning at a home in Hibbing, Minnesota. Officials say 1 of 3 kids was already outside the home when firefighters arrived. Firefighters removed 4 people, 2 adults and 2 other kids from the home. All 4 had no pulses and were not breathing. 2 children had to be resuscitated, and 1 child is still in critical condition. Temperatures at the time of the fire were reported to be between 20 to 25 below zero, with wind chill pushing it all the way down to 30 below. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. And a candle may be to blame for another house fire, this one on Christmas Day. Authorities in Polk County believe a candle may have started the fire in a bedroom when crews were called out for the fire just after 4 p.m. at a home on the 1st Street Northeast. The sheriff's office is still investigating and no one was hurt. And crews had to be called out to a fire inside of a car at the West Acres parking lot. This time it happened around 3:30 this afternoon. When police got there, they did notice fire coming from the console inside of the car. Officers had to extinguish the fire. Luckily, again, no one was hurt. The Fargo Fire Department says the cause of the fire appears to be some sort of electrical issue. And if you weren't one of the brave souls out there choosing to venture into the elements today, well, you already know it's cold, very, very cold. So let's find out from Justin if there's any chance that it won't be as cold for tonight. We're crossing our fingers, Justin.
And thank you, Christine, and good evening, everybody. The good news is we've got some snow on the way, and that is actually a little bit of warmer air coming, but temperatures are back into the freezer for the weekend. First off, let's start off with a wind chill advisory for the evening and overnight. This is until noon tomorrow. Wind chill values 25 to 45 below zero, and this is in effect for the entire viewing area. Let's take a look at those 6 o'clock temperatures. 10 below zero at Fargo, 11 below zero at Devil's Lake, Jamestown, the warm spot at 7 below zero, and Thief River Falls, the cold spot at 17 below zero. So is Bemidji. Let's factor in the winds now. 33 below, your wind chill at Devil's Lake. Thief River Falls 25 below at Jamestown, and Fargo with a little bit of wind at 23 below zero for your wind chill. We're seeing mainly clear skies, and that is going to be the story as we go through the evening and overnight as temperatures fall back into the teens below zero. We'll tell you how much snow to expect and how cold we're going to get this weekend coming up later in the newscast.
All right, thanks, Justin. Always be sure you have that Valley News Live Storm Team weather app. That way you can keep up with the weather anytime, anywhere. You'll get the latest forecasts and conditions so you can plan your day. All you have to do is just search VNL Weather in the App Store and download it for free. Take a look. Police in West Fargo are asking for your help finding this man. He's believed to be involved in an ongoing investigation. Surveillance photos were released today, so if you or someone you know has any information on who this may be, contact West Fargo Police Department at 701-433-5500. A Jamestown man is facing DUI charges following a rollover crash in Wells County, North Dakota. It happened over the weekend near Fessenden. Authorities say 46-year-old Michael Brown was driving west on North Dakota Highway 15 when he then lost control and rolled into a ditch. Brown was pinned upside down in the car until rescue workers were able to remove him. He was then taken to the hospital. He is expected to be okay. The 100-plus-year-old Barnes County Jail is showing its age after failing a recent jail inspection by the state. The rating was dropped to a 2. This is according to the county sheriff. Now, in the past, the option to repair the jail has been used to keep the facility in compliance. But now the county may be looking at 2 options: close the jail or build a new one. One of the jailers says the maximum amount of inmates dropped from 30 to 20 following the inspection, citing safety concerns for jailers and its inmates. Sheriff McLaughlin says community input will be needed to find out if there is support to build a new jail or to simply close down the existing facility. 10 years ago, proposal to build a new jail crumbled after there wasn't enough monetary support for a multi-county correctional facility. The current jail has been operating since 1914. Minnesota Attorney General Lori Swanson plans to join a multi-state lawsuit. This is challenging the federal government's repeal of net neutrality rules. Swanson and other attorneys general would sue over the FCC's recent decision to roll back Obama-era rules that then guaranteed equal access to the internet. Minnesota Public Radio reports Swanson, a Democrat, says repealing net neutrality would have a detrimental effect on consumer protection and also may influence how internet users access political content. Service providers have argued the rules were heavy-handed. They contend they don't intend to block, slow down, or prioritize web traffic as a result of the repeal. A spokesman for Swanson says the lawsuit can't be filed until the rule change has been published in the Federal Register. If you're still trying to figure out what to do with that Christmas gift you sort of want to get rid of, we've got the info you need to do so you can hold on to that gift receipt, or even if you didn't. It's still to come on Valley News Live at 6. But up next, a former Harley-Davidson employee says he was fired for buying a motorcycle from a different store.